All right, so I just got back from Orlando this past weekend and finally did Halloween Horror Nights. People have been talking about it for years to me. Oh, you'd love it. You know everybody says the same thing. Like oh, I thought, I didn't think it sounded that good either, and then I did it, and now I'm hooked, and I know so many people that their life almost revolves around Halloween Horror Nights. Like as soon as the event's done, it's a month and a half, might be north of that now. Like, because it starts like almost I think it's around mid September, and it's like the first week in November these days. I think this is the first year they've gone to. I think it's like November 3rd or something like that. But anyway, so all these people, like as soon as the event's over, they're just like, I need what's going to happen next year? What properties are going to use? What houses do you think? And it gets kind of exhausting, to be honest with you, listening to these people. No offense if you're one of them, but yeah, you're exhausting. Like, like find something else to live your life around. Anyway, uh, so and I had him going because I'm not a. I'm a. I don't like people jumping out at me. Like having somebody like jump out at you and scare you. Like I don't get the thrill behind it. You know, um, I've never liked haunted houses. I've never been interested in them, and horror in general, not my thing. Never has been. Like I think the world's a scary enough place. I don't need to come up. I don't need people inventing shit for me to be afraid of. I think it's odd. Again, if that's what your deal, cool. That's not me. And also, look, I like a lot of things that people call childish. So I'm not judging you for liking childish things, or at least judging you for things that people find childish. However, the whole adults who are in a Halloween thing, I genuinely don't get it. I've heard people say it's like, Halloween's basically Christmas for adults. I'm like, no, Christmas is Christmas for adults. Halloween is when little kids dress up, and when adults dress up like little kids. Like, no offense. I keep saying no offense. I'm sure somebody's. I don't know. I don't get it. Halloween Horror Nights. Anyway, so I never did it, and I was never against it. I was always like, it's not for me. It's not. And I was kind of roped into doing it this year, and I'm not trying to make that sound in case the person who roped me into it is watching. No, no, like fucking he forced me to do it. Um, but a very close friend of mine was going by himself, and so I was like, all right, I'll go with you. I'll spend the $100. It's not what I was hoping to do, but I'll spend $100, and so I went. This is Halloween Horror Nights number 29, year 29. So I basically liked it. Like it's a weird thing. Like I can't say I didn't enjoy myself. We had a good time. There were things that I really liked about it. It's still not my thing. It's just not my thing. Like I still don't get all the things that I just said. Uh, I appreciate that you like it, but it's not for me. Um, but I'm not trying to be negative here. I do want to focus on the positive, and so we only did three houses because we didn't get the express pass, which I know so many people who do Halloween Horror Nights. I used to do a Disney and Universal themed podcast. And those people talk about it. I don't do that show anymore, but those people talk about Halloween Horror Nights endlessly. Like, never stop talking about it. I don't care if they're offended. It's like, you don't. You don't. Let's be honest. You don't ever stop talking about it. but and I know other people as well. So I've been told, like you really want to get the express pass if you want to do all the houses. So part of the reason I didn't stress to the person I was going with, who had been before but was sure we could do all the houses, part of the reason I didn't stress that we should do get the express pass was because I didn't want to do all the houses. I didn't have any interest in that. But we did three. So we did Ghostbusters. This is the first year they've had Ghostbusters. We did House of a Thousand Corpses, which seemingly would be one of the last ones that you would get me in. But he loves those movies, House of a Thousand Corpses, Devil's Rejects, and I don't remember what the third one was. But so we did those two, and then we did Killer Clowns from Outer Space, which I've never seen. I'm aware that like it's kind of a cult classic. Never seen it. Again, well, partially because it's a horror movie, so not my thing. And then there's the various scare zones. We got to see the little Zombieland show, like mini show, and I guess that was technically a scare zone as well. So I guess it was both because like there's a little setup where they have a guy who's supposed to be Woody Harrelson's character. I think so. And I kept yelling "nut up" or "shut up." I don't know. Maybe he was calling me a pussy. I don't know. But they did have like zombies walking around, so that was probably a scare zone. We did the Rob Zombie scare zone. That one I actually really liked, probably because of the like women in leather. That was probably why I really enjoyed that. And the music. I do like some of Rob Zombie's music. Other scare zones. There was like a Viking thing. There was a Purge thing. There was an area like so. The theme of it was kind of video games this year, and I really liked that. There were like women in leather doing like kind of a cyberpunk thing. Um, I and I liked all that. I really liked the scare zones. I thought thought the costumes were cool. Especially the women in leather. I really like the. Did I mention the women in leather? I really like the women in leather. Uh, and so primarily that's what I like. We did go to a show. We went to the Academy of Villains, and I really had to stress. I fucking love that. I really love the Academy of Villains thing, and it's so basic. What it is, it's a dance team, which doesn't sound like something that should be in Halloween Horror Nights, but they tell a story. It's a whole stage act, and it involves contortionists and what is it? Acrobatics. When people do the parkour. That's what it's called. But parkour stuff, fire, and a lot of like rock and metal music. Some really good songs, and it was awesome. Academy of Villains. That was my favorite thing. Actually, I will say that actually made it like if nothing else, I did enjoy some of the other stuff. I not pretending I didn't, but if nothing else, that was kind of worth it to me. I really wish we could have went and saw it again. We were going to. It got late, and we've been walking all day, and we're old. So, so I kind of bowed out at around 12:30. But the Academy of Villains thing was so cool. So yeah, it's like a rock opera kind of thing. They don't sing. It's their or lip sync. Like there's just the music playing and they're dancing to it, and well choreographed. My hats off to those people. So we did that, and we rode a couple rides towards the end because he wanted to do Stranger Things, but Stranger Things had a 2-hour wait, and that wasn't happening. The thing is, like, so I guess I should talk about the houses. The only one that I had the ability to enjoy was Ghostbusters. Very impressed by what they did. The scenes were very very well done. Clearly, a lot of work went into it, and arguably, like Killer Clowns, I wasn't impressed with because like it's like my buddy was asking me about it. I'm like it's like a circus tent, you know. This other stuff is like a giant clown monster in there at one point. It's a circus tent, you know. House of a Thousand Corpses, probably a lot of work went into it, but Ghostbusters, well, I could tell. The thing is, like the other houses, like Ghostbusters, I was doing a little bit, but I was able to recognize, like, oh, I get that. Nah, and you know, you're walking through quickly, so it's not like you're getting a chance to stop and like look around all that. Um, but the other two houses, I mostly was just like looking for somebody to jump out at me. Yeah, I just I don't like people jumping out at me. I was like, you know, like you know, they would have these like curtains as you go into different rooms, and I'm like, as soon as I open this curtain, somebody's gonna jump out at me. Oh, there's a corner, somebody's gonna jump out at me. That was kind of the theme of what I did. So I really liked it for the most part. But the houses, and so to answer, you know, I'm sure at least the people who know me are wondering, like, would I go back? Yes, I probably would go back. Uh, I guess I would look at it similar to how Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party is, which is that I didn't go when I did that. I didn't go there for the trick or treating and the candy, although the candy was nice. I mostly went there because like the lines were slimmer for the rides. And I'd probably do the same thing. So I would go with friends while they go to a house. I go ride a ride, and then go through the scare zones, and then go to a couple of the shows. And I think I'd like that better. I will say so. This was a quick trip, so I only went 2 days. I literally flew in Thursday afternoon, flew out Saturday afternoon. So basically Thursday afternoon, Friday, and then Saturday morning I was there. So I did not bring my camera, my Sony A6400. I brought my Pixel 3 XL cell phone. I took pictures with that, which look, great phone, fantastic camera on it, but it's still a cell phone camera. No matter how good a cell phone camera you have, at night, some of those pictures, you know, some of them turned out fine, others did not. So I would like to go back and probably bring my real camera next time. I'm not saying I'm going to do it next year, but I might. I might. I have friends that have been trying to get me to go for years. And I did not go with them. I went with my other friend. So I feel like I'm probably going to have to go next year, even though it's not my thing. So anyway, so this is something I felt like I talk about. I haven't done a video in a while. Do you like Halloween Horror Nights? Tell me about it. I know, tell me I'm a little bitch. Like, oh, you don't like people jumping out at you. Yeah, no, I don't like people jumping out at me. It's my thing. Uh, People not jumping out at me is my thing. I don't know why I said that. So, but yeah, you know, do you like Halloween? Do you think that it is adult Christmas? I don't know. It's not. It's really not. You should probably find a different hobby. And a different holiday. Holloway? Different holiday. You know, Thanksgiving's a good one. Christmas, really good one. Hell, Arbor Day. I'm going to go out on a limb. Arbor Day is a better holiday than Halloween. You know why? Because we need trees to live, because trees are life. I don't know where I'm going with this. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. Bye now.